Hi, come with me as I take you on a journey to Pisa. We will make a sliding journal card with a hidden pocket behind that holds postcards, a photograph, and in the journal card itself, we have a collage of ephemera and these sweet little tags with charms. So please come join me as I take you on an unforgettable journey to Pisa, and I'll show you how to make this. Hi, Marie back with you again today for my next instalment of Around the World in 30 Days. I hope you've been on this travel journey with us to lots of different destinations. I wish my journal looked like this on the picture, isn't it beautiful? Anyway, the Around the World in 30 Days collaboration is hosted by Rachel and Bella Crafts. 30 inspiring creators, 30 different destinations, all within 30 days. Woohoo! And it's all throughout August. So Rachel and Bella Crafts is the collaboration. If you are joining in or want to see all the collaborators' videos, you need to just type hashtag around the world in 30 days JJ, and it will take you to all the collaborators' videos if they've remembered to tag hashtag. And also, if you make anything and use that hashtag, we will be able to find and look at what your creations are, which I love. I love looking at how everyone else interprets things. It's lovely for me that I get messages from people that say they've been inspired, and that is so, so nice. And it's also lovely to see how that inspiration has filtered through into actual physical projects. So yeah, I can't wait to see what you have come up with. I have already done day 5 of You to Remember, my framed window page, and that was my trip to Niagara on the Lake in Canada. And today we are on day 16, A Place I Dream of, and it's a travel wish pocket. So that's my prompt today. Now, the place that I'm going to use today is already somewhere I've been, um, but I am still going to make some lists. It may not be wish lists because I've been there, but it might be lists of what we've done while we were there, me and my husband. So my place is Pisa in Italy. I love it. I love it. You have to do, let me get my photographs. You have to do the obligatory stand, don't you? And make the tower lean on you. Isn't that cool? That's my husband. Look, that's so cool. And I just really, really enjoyed our trip to Pisa. I love Italy. We went to Venice first. That was the very first time I went to Italy. And I really loved Venice. No cars, you see, you just completely walk around Venice without any traffic, really. And then we went to Pisa, and while we were at Pisa, we were able to get the train to Florence, which was lovely. But we could have also got the train to Rome, a slightly longer journey. We didn't realize that at the time, but hey ho, we managed to get to Florence. And actually, I could have spent all of my time in Pisa. I loved sitting down in coffee shops like this and just watching the world go by, especially coffee shops that had this view behind them. Honestly, my husband's got a photo of me sitting drinking coffee, and you can see the Leaning Tower of Pisa behind me. It's such a lovely, lovely place. If you ever get a chance, go. It's pretty amazing. So Rachel has done me this sheet. Lovely. She's done me a fainter one, which is great because I do need some journaling backing to do some writing on. And I have already cut out bits and pieces here of my ephemera. Let me move them out of the way. And you'll see that Rachel's also done this sheet for me. It's not the same as the other one. I had to look twice. It's similar but different, both equally as beautiful. Having to choose which one to use. well, I'll be able to use the other one for something else, won't I? So as I say, oh, and the postcards. Don't forget, Rachel always gives us postcards as well. I've cut some of mine out. There's the background, and here are 3 postcards because I've already cut one out, which you will see. So a wish list pocket. Well, as I said, because we've already been, me and my husband, I've had a little think, and I'm still going to do pockets, and hopefully I'm going to offer you something that you may not have seen often in journals. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it. What I'm sort of thinking of is using these pieces of ephemera that I've cut out to sort of make a collage like this, okay? But some of them that Rachel has given me are already, where's it gone? Oh no, I've lost one. No, they're not. Some of them are pockets, okay? So I'm going to use those pockets because this one says travel wishes, and this one says places to see, and I will just write a list in each one of some of the places that we did see while we were there, and some of the things that I found really, really extra beautiful. So they are going to be used as pockets, but I'm going to sort of do a journal cluster, an ephemera cluster, if you like, on my journal page, which I have backed onto tea stain. And I did mine borderless. I've cut the white border off and just stuck it onto tea stain, ready for me. So the first thing I want to do is to back my little pockets there. And you're not going to see the backing. So I've just, what's happened to them? So I've just grabbed some, here we go, some book page, and I'm just going to back them. And I think I'm going to do them with a gusset because they're quite small. So I don't want, if I glue the 3 sides, it's going to make the pocket even smaller. So I think I want to do it with a gusset. So I'm just going to tear around my picture like that, and not so much the top, so I can go along the top at the same height. And there we go. So let me put that one on there. So that's that one. Let me do the other one while we are here. I think they're, oh no, one's smaller than the other. So let's do that there. And I am going to go, oh, no, I want, oh, that's torn. Okay, let's do it up here then. So I want a gusset, so I need a bit down the bottom and a bit up the side. So let me, oops, I've chosen rather delicate paper, haven't I? Which is not going to help me, but we can work with it. Let me just tear that down a bit more, like so. There we go. Don't need that bit for a minute, but I need to cut off the top. Okay, so the height can be the same, like that. Right, there we go. So now I can ink and glue. I'm using old paper distress ink, mainly because the kit that Rachel's given us has that vintage vibe, which, if you know, you know, I love it. I love a bit of vintage. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that. So I'm just going to ink my pockets. It was a little while ago now that my husband and I went to any parts of Italy. It's been a few years now. I'm going to glue those on. I think I'll use wet glue. So yeah, I'd love to go back, but there's so many more places around the world that I would love to see. This is the trouble, isn't it? You fall in love with one. Oh, I've just realised I've done something wrong with my pockets. We can fix it. That goes up there. You realise, don't you, that the world is a small place, really, and you want to go and visit everywhere, everywhere. Right, I need a backing for my pocket, or do I? Let me try without. I was just thinking my pocket hasn't got a back. It's got the gussets, but no, it's got the gussets, but no back. We'll see how we go. Let's do this one. So yes, when I was little, when you're a child, the world is a big place, isn't it? Maybe not for children today, because I expect children today, some of them will have already been flying on a flight and things. I never went on an aeroplane until I was about, oh gosh, I would say 23. Yep, I think so. I think I was 23, and that was when I went on an aeroplane for the very first time. Um, I finished. I finished college doing my teach training, and my best friend and I, we went to Mallorca, and that was the very first time I went on a plane. And that was beautiful too, but hot. Oh gosh, that was more of a beaching holiday. My sister would quite happily go on holiday and sit on a beach for a couple of weeks. I can't do that. And my husband is very similar to myself. We like to go and see places, explore places. Unfortunately, my mobility isn't very good now. So we've kind of, we roll a slightly different way than we used to when we were first married. I can do so much, and then I can't manage anymore. I have spina bifida, and mobility is becoming a bit of an issue now. I'm only about 4'7", and yeah, I'm having a few mobility issues. But hey, we just try and work around that. And when my husband and I go on holiday, my husband will find a lovely coffee shop for me, or somewhere with a view so that I can sit and read while he goes off and explores. So, and then he takes photographs. So when he comes back, I can see the photographs, and I will have done a bit of journaling. I am a journaler, as in writing. I enjoy using fountain pens. Um, Actually, one of my favourite fountain pens at the moment is called Leonardo, and they are Italian pens. It's an Italian company, and I love using Leonardo fountain pens. The nibs are long. I like fountain pens with a long nib because I hold my pen and pencils a bit weird, not the standard way. Therefore, I need a longer nib to make sure my fingers don't get ink all over them when I'm holding the pen near the nib. So yeah, but Italy, wow, Italy's got some gorgeous stationery shops and fountain pen shops. Now, I won't put backs on those. I've done the gussets, as you can see, so that when I stick those down, there will still be room for me to slide things in and out. What I am going to do, though, before I stick them down into my collage, I'm just working out here how wide my little tag or whatever I use to go in the pockets need to be. So I'm just marking. That should be okay. I'm just marking and then cutting one for this one to make sure it's going to fit in there. Let me do it this way. Okay, so that one, it's just a bit scrap. Wrong way, that way. So that one should go in there easily, yeah. Just going to draw a little arrow on there so I know it goes that way. And then the larger pocket, so that goes with that one. Let me move my glue out of the way. And now this one will need to be about there. I'm just leaving a tiny, tiny bit of a gap away from the gussets. so that the tag or list, as I'm going to put in there, that scrap won't get stuck. Wrong way, Marie, that way. Okay, so that's going to work lovely. These are just my prototypes, so that's for the large pocket, that's for the smaller pocket. I'm just going to put them up here so I know that I have done those. Okay, right, now, so they are going to be my pockets. Let me bring my main page back in. Okay, now I have already sort of been fiddling and playing and designing, if you like, and auditioning all my bits and pieces as to where they are to be. And what I have done to speed things up a little bit and remember where I want them all is I made a little, okay, where's that gone? I made a little prototype. Where's it gone? Right, bear with. It's got to be here somewhere. There it is. I made a little sort of, I positioned them where I wanted them to be, and I've got a scrap bit of paper and I moved them away and drew around them on here. So I'm just going to position that on there, and I know that I wanted that one there. Okay, I wanted that one down, oops, that one down there, right? This one was on this side like that. Am I in frame? Yep. Okay. And this one, was that underneath or on top? I think it might have been on top. So that one was there. And then this is the one, the travel wishes was my pocket that I wanted to go there. So yes, I won't need a back. That'll be fine because it's on the top. That'll be fine. The gussets will work there. And then I think I wanted, right, okay, now this is where I need to remember, because I want to be able to see the words places to see. That one needs to go there, and then that one up there. Okay, can you see what I'm doing and where I'm going with this? And then this one I'm going to put there. Okay, so that is where I'm thinking and where I'm going. That is my idea for the moment. I've got more to come, more to show you. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to ink around all the edges and decide whether I want to put ribbon or a bow, something in the holes of the tags or not. I don't know the ties of the tags. Haven't decided that yet. So I will ink them, come back, and we'll start to stick them down. Okay. Right, I am back, all inked, all ready to assemble. So I think this is just a bit of scrap paper, but it's so thin that I'm going to use it to stick all my bits onto, and then I'll back it again as one whole piece. So I think that's the best thing to do. So I'm going to get some, yeah, I think I will use wet glue. No, I won't, because the paper is quite thin, isn't it? Let's start with some, let's start with some, ooh, with some Pritt stick. Please don't run out on me. No, please don't. So I'll just start assembling these. So I know that I wanted that one there. Make sure that goes up there. Am I in frame? Yes, I am. Goody good. All running smoothly. So I know that that one is going there. And I wanted this one to go down there, but I wanted this to go underneath. So I need to glue this one first. That's the thing you've got to think about when you're doing some collages. You've got to, especially with ephemera pieces already you know, these beautiful ephemera. It's not like collage where you're using scraps of paper and it doesn't matter so much. It's kind of a collage using ready-made print or printed pieces of ephemera. So you've kind of got to think where you want your pieces to be before sticking, because I want that one underneath. So now I'm going to put that one on top, and before I stick it, I just want to make sure that that is right, because that is going there. So I need my pocket on the outside to be able to use it, but this one is going in there. So then that one was going on top like so. So I think I might need to do that one next. And then that one was underneath. Right, so it's this one I need to do next, because that one I want to go like that. Do I? Or was it on the top? It was like that, wasn't it? So it's on the top. So I can see by doing it this way, layering, I now know that that one needs to be done, then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, and that one. So I'm going to start to work down. So, oh, that one is stuck. I stuck that one first, didn't I? So now I know that it's this one next, this piece here. Then I can stick that one down like that. Yep. So it's this one now. I don't want to stick this one down straight all the way around. Let me put my lid on the glue, because it's a pocket, isn't it? So I just need to glue the gussets and glue it very carefully on there. Any of the template that I can see afterwards, I'll just cut away. So I need my thin glue, and I just need to glue the gussets down. That's all I need to do. And then on the and on the three sides, and then make sure that's not going to stick. No. And then I'll be able to use it as a pocket. So I need to, right, glue that down like that. Move it a little bit over. Okay. Then I think that one, wasn't it, was going there. And that one was going there. So I know I can glue this one down. Okay. So let me get a bit, we're going to get another bit of glue sheet. Here we go. Just this lovely thin paper as a glue sheet a minute. And then I can just glue all the way around it without worrying. Lovely. Apart from my fingers getting all gluey. And I need my little glue finger. My little glue finger. This one. Turn it upside down because I find it easier. So I'm so glad I did this little template so that I know where everything is going to go. Now that one's next, and I want to be able to see the words places to go, and that is my pocket there, not interrupted. Good, good. So that one, lovely. Make sure it's the right way up. This is the most trickiest bit of my project today, because it involves collaging, layering, and knowing which layers go where. Now that should be, and where's my little thing? I'm going to test the pocket now. That should be free. Let me just make sure that's going to be free. There we go. So just force it down. I'm going to leave that in there just a bit longer a minute. Make sure that pocket, there we go, stays free. Okay, now it's this one, because we want that last pocket to be used. So it needs to be on the top. If I glue it underneath there, look, can you see? It's a trapped pocket. So I need to make sure that's glued on last. So let's glue the last tag on a minute. Can you see? Well, you don't want to see me gluing, do you? Okay, so just, oops, oh gosh, Pritt stick's very strong. Ooh, come on. Move you out the way, scrap bit paper. Put this last tag down. I am a bit sticky. It's okay, lovely. And put my Pritt stick away because the last one's a pocket. So I want to glue again just the 3 sides, just the gussets that I made with the book paper. Make sure, and this one, the 3rd one, just make sure. Okay, and I've got that little piece that I made as the inside template as well here, so I know I can. Okay, we should be able to. Why is that not sticking? Have I got them in the right bits? I'm wondering if that one should be here. Yes, of course it should be. Right, why is that not sticking? That and that. Right, guys, I'm just looking. This one, for some reason, is not going to want to be a gusset. But it is because I need it to be a gusset. Right, I'm just fiddling here with this last side that didn't want to glue down. Okay, that needs to go in there. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure that is going to slide in and out. Yep. Nope. This one really does not want to stay down. It does on that side, but doesn't on this side. Right, I need a bit of a look at this one, guys, because it's not wanting to stick down at all that side. Right, let me try and figure out why. I think it might be. No, it does fit. I don't understand why that one is not wanting to be a gusset. Okay, maybe it's thinking it's too, it won't fit in there. Do that. Let's see if making it bigger helps. Well, I'm going to leave that one in there. I better check this one. Can't have 2 pockets going wrong. No, look at that. Lovely. Okay, is that one longer than what I, yeah. So I made this one longer. So that's going to go in there. Lovely. There we go. Right, now, what did I decide to do about the tags? Well, let me have some tea. I decided to, I'm still not happy with this pocket. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right. Okay, right. Well, I decided to, off camera, make a couple of bows to, and rather put them through the holes, I thought I might just stick them straight on the tag, but I'm just not too sure about these ones. I know the do I do that? Not quite sure if that's the right colour. I do like the green one. If I put this back on here, yeah, the green one looks quite nice, but I think maybe blue. Let me see if I've got any blue. Now it's going to be a little bit of a noise while I open my bag because it's Velcro. There we go. And this is where I've got all my scrappy little bits of ribbons and things. That blue is going to be the wrong colour, I think. Let's get it out and have a look. Bit of sari silk. Is that the wrong blue? Yeah, that's the wrong blue. Don't think I've got any dark. Too dark. Maybe I can cut it in half, that one, and I'm going to have to put my hand in. Let's have a look. That's a different colour. Oh, okay. Might be able to use that one. Yes. Let's keep both of those out. Let me put my scrappy ribbon bag away. And we can audition the bits of lace that we want. I think this one. So can you see it's double? So I'm just gonna snip it up the middle and we should have enough to make a little bow. Now when I'm making bows out of ribbon, I tend to not do that first knot, that first tying together. I tend to just make like 2 bunny ears and then join them together and have a little fiddle. It is a bit more fiddly. You've got to kind of make sure it's tight doing it that way, and you might end up with a bit of a longer tail, so you might have to undo it and do it again, sort of thing, because sometimes doing it that way means you do end up with a bit of a longer tail. So this is what I mean. So one ear to the loop, okay, the loop, the other ear, so the other loop, and then just try and get that knotted together. So one ear around the back of the other, one loop, one bunny ear around. Here it comes. And then you can just kind of fiddle. And then hold the tails and the ears so that you can kind of find out which one needs to pull. This one. This one needs to... Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can see that that one's way longer. So we're just going to have a little fiddle here, like that. And that might be a better bow. Let's have a look. I think it probably is. I'm feeling happier about using the lace. I'm just hoping it's not too big of a bow. Okay, right. Let's have a look now. It's going to be glued, so it probably won't, well, probably it won't come undone because it's going to be glued. So I'm going to, now see what I mean? These are a kind of, cutting them off seems a bit of a waste, but I'm afraid it's got to be done. And I'll just go back in my scrappy ribbon and lace bag, and I will use them just on a different project somewhere. Let me just get that bit out. There we go. That's lovely. And like I say, that's going to be glued on. That is the bit that should be tightening. Was it that bit? No, that's the... Right, okay, I'm holding all four and trying to tighten it. Okay, and I will glue that one on there. So they're my scrappy bits to go back in the thing. Right, I'm just going to stop the camera while I do the other two, and then I'll be back. Well, I'm back, and I have totally changed my mind about the bows using lace. I don't think the lace really works. So what I've done is I've dug out some other bits, sari silk ribbon and things, and I'm just going to glue these ones. I think I'm going to have that one on the top, these ones on the tags. So I also, with this one, I don't want it to interfere with the tag that I'll be pulling out of the pocket there, and this one I will probably put there. Same with this one. Don't want it to interfere. It shouldn't interfere. So those will get stuck on there. What else I did while off camera was I backed it onto the lighter piece of background paper that Rachel gave me. So I've backed, oops, don't use that, backed it. And what I do is those are the little cards that are going to be in the thing. What I do is when it's an unusual shape and you back it, I have inked it, but it's it still then looks a bit like out of place to me. So what I always do is I get my black Uniball. It's waterproof ink and fade proof ink, fine in black. They do lots of other colours, and all I do is I just do double tram line, if you like, as close together as I can, very rough. I don't worry about it touching or going a bit messy. It's meant to look like that. And I just do that all the way around the corners and any curves, like where the pocket is going to be here. And I feel that it just frames a bit of an odd shape, if you like, and that is going to be my journaling card. So let me put these back in so that I know they are in there. So that these are working much better now. And that one goes in that way, and I need to glue the bows on. So I'm going to move it out of the way. And I want to I'm going to use Collal, I think, for this. So I'll get my Collal. It's quite a strong smelling glue. So make sure your wherever you're working is fully ventilated. It is just going to be a quick dab though, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm hoping I haven't got very much of this left. I use it for my covers mostly when I'm gluing fabric or things on my covers, and layers. They're good for layers, especially for your covers. Now I think I said that one on the top, like there. That one is going to go on that one there, and then, oh, please stay. And then that one is going to go there. Now that one should glue quite nicely because it's only a little one. So I'm just going to put my weight on there. It's this one and this one. I might have to hold down a minute just to make sure they take. Where are my other weights? I've got 3 weights around here somewhere. One, my big one is on my light. Oh, I should have 3 weights. I don't know where the other one is. I'll have to go searching. Right, lovely. I don't mind if they're a bit wonky donkey. That's fine with me. Right, hopefully they are secured enough so that they'll just set on their own, dry on their own now. So this is the page I want to put it on. And this is going to go here. Now, there's a bit more to this page than my collage of ephemera. What I want to do is, you might be thinking, well, how is that journal tag going to stay on? Well, I'll show you in a minute. But first, I want to use one of the postcards as an additional pocket. And the additional pocket is going to go on the page. So I'm going to move this out of the way to properly dry. And I'm going to ink and glue my pocket on the page like that. I don't think this one needs to be backed. I printed it on 120 GSM, I think, which is more than a standard copy paper. What I might do is just put a bit of scrap along the opening of the pocket, the top part, because that is the bit that's going to be mostly used, isn't it? So if I get some scrap paper a minute, actually it's probably some in my bin. Yep, I thought there would be bits of white paper and things in my bin. get that out, and all I'm going to do is glue. Oh, let me just all I'm going to do is glue a bit along the top. Let me turn it around so I can see it. Come on, Marie, think about what you're doing, girl. That one finishes there. So I just need a line down there. Cut and glue. Get my glue back. Okay, so yes, this will be my final destination for this collaboration. But we're still lots of days to go. This will be day 16, so we're only halfway through. You've got plenty of more destinations to visit. What a lovely holiday this is, and the best bit, you don't have to pay for it. Hurrah! A holiday where you don't have to pay. Wowza. It's like winning a competition, isn't it? So I'm going to bring this back. So I've made my top where it's going to be mostly used in and out quite sturdy. It's a little bit sticking out there. Cut that off, and ink behind, because you may every now and then see the back of the pocket when you pull things out and put them in. So I want my pocket about there. And I'm just going to check by bringing back my large journal tag, because I'm going to show you how that is going to stay there. Yep. So 3 sides glue, Marie. So side and bottom. And this side. And we will pop, oops, my glue's just fallen over. And we will pop that where we want it, about there. Have I got that level? Yep. So let's get my cloth, wipe away the excess glue like that. And now I can show you what my plan is. What my plan is for this pocket. Let's get that glued in there. And hopefully that will take like that. Now bring back my journal card. So that is going to go on there. And what I plan on doing is using a sliding mechanism. So I'm thinking that if I put that there, and maybe that there, or even, oops, think about this a minute. If I put that there, like that, that's going to catch maybe. So what about if I did it there? No, I do like it there. I'll have to figure out a way of not letting it catch. So that there, I'm going to move it over slightly. I'm going to put that there, and this one, I need to move up a little bit here, so that this one can go there at the bottom to stop it falling through. Okay, these need backing, so let's do that first, and they need to be quite sturdy. So I'm going to use bits of fairly strong paper or card. Got another bit of scrap here that might work. Let's see if all 3 of these let's see if all three of these fit on. That one will. Okay, I'm going to do the side ones first because I know that they are going to need to be quite sturdy. So I'm going to glue those ones on first. So let's pop that there. Okay, lovely. And these again are all from Rachel's ephemera bits that she gave me within the Pisa kit. So that needs to go there. Okay, I did originally cut the stamp out slightly wonky on the sides to make it look like a stamp, but because of the use that I want to get out of it, I'm going to cut them out straight so that the tag will slide in and out a bit easier so it won't catch. That's the idea anyway. So the cutout still looks like a tag. I need to ink that. And this is the longer one with the fleur de lis. And I'm going to get my hole punch because you see these corners here. I don't know if you can see that. The hole punch, I've got a single hole punch that I can see to chop the corner off. There, and one more. The bits just fly everywhere. So I'll be lucky if I catch them. To put them in the bin. Usually I find them all over the floor. Right, let me just move some of these things away a minute. Get myself all right. Let's move those out of the way. Right, bring back my. Oh, see, now everything else is coming with me. Right, okay, have that in a minute. Okay, so I want it to be able to slide. I'm hoping this is going to work. Haven't tried it. I've made them nice and sturdy by backing them onto some thick scrap of card. I need to ink around. Okay, this piece is nice and long. So hopefully I'm going to, I either put that piece there like that, but only that part of it will be glued. And the stamp here, oh, that bit and that bit could be glued. Right, I'm going to try this. I need to move it away from the middle though a little bit more if I do it that way. So if I do it that way, I think I'm going to need the stamp there. Can you see what I'm trying to do? Trying to create a sliding mechanism for the tag to go, or journaling card to go in and out of. Okay, let's see. I know that one can be stuck down. So I'm just going to, so there, I'm just going to mark there and there, and also where the journaling card comes so that I know not to put glue onto the whole of my, now it's moved, the whole of the piece, because I don't want to glue it all. I just want to glue a little bit there so that this will be able to slide. So I just want to glue as that bit there. That's all I want to glue. There we go. That's the bit I want to glue. get my cloth ready. I know that it's, did I have it there? I can't see my marks now. There or there? Here. There we go. Here, that one. I'm going to move it out of the way just in case a little bit of glue squidges over. I don't want it stuck at the moment to the journaling card. I don't want it stuck there at all. So that's going to be like that. Okay, now this one then needs to, I am a bit worried about this tag getting stuck when I slide it in and out, but I'm just going to have to go with it. Do I want it there? Do I want it glued there so that we can pull it out and twist? What do you think? I think maybe we can do that. Yeah, let's have it up there. So I only want to glue half of it. So that bit there. Don't want to glue all of it because it needs to slide through. Right, glue on there. And where did I say? I said maybe about there, didn't I? Okay. Okay, we're just going to move. Oh, keep sliding. So I am going to move this out of the way and put it where it should be. Right. Let me just help stick that down a minute. It's going to need a bit of manoeuvring around the sliders, I think, but it will work. So that is there. So I'm going to give those just 5 minutes to dry. And what I'm going to show you now is the postcards. I will be able to pop in this pocket like so as well. And even my photographs, if I cut my husband out. If I use my husband, oh, sorry, my microphone. If I cut my husband out of the border here, okay. There we go. I might even round the corners on him. Let's do the medium-sized one. That one. That one. That one and that one. Right. And I'll be able to get him in there as well. Look at that. Okay. And then when I get this, this will be able to slide in like so and be held there. So we need one more, I think. I think we need one more on the bottom. So I need to back this. My bin's been useful today, isn't it? I need to find another bit of scrappy piece in my bin. Typical, no more thicker bits of paper in there. So let me go into my actual scrap bin to get something. Right, let's stick that on there. Like so. And we will cut that out and ink again. Okay, where's my cloth bit of glue coming out? Right, this is a bit longer than I intended it to be. Gosh, right, quickly, Marie. Almost there. Okay, and there. There. So are any of you joining in and having just as much fun? I'm having loads of fun. There's, I think it's Tara. Tara has, oh, wrong one. Tara has been joining in and posting. Kelsey in the Facebook group, pop over to the Facebook group. And also, you can still join in even if you're a bit late. Rachel's got this, she's got a freebie mini kit, the passport, which is in her Ko-fi shop, I believe, and the full humongous travel kit with all the places that we are taking you to. That at the moment is in the sale. I think there's a discount on it. So go to her Etsy or her website to find that. Now that's the stopper so that it doesn't go all the way through. So I just need to make sure, I'm just going to move that to make sure I'm going to do it halfway, guys, where the pocket is. Look, it's going to work. Look at this. Yes, it is. What's stopping it here? Just got a bit of a manoeuvring to do. Right, I need this in the middle, as in the middle of the pocket, so there. And I only want to glue the bottom half to make sure it doesn't fall through, like so. Lovely. And I have cut out the sprig that goes with this. Where has it gone? Here he is. Look at this little guy. Isn't that gorgeous? Cut out the sprig, ink him up a bit so that he's not so white. The olive sprig. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Right, and I'm going to glue him on there, I think, like that. And I also have the little fleur-de-lis wax seal stamp. So I'm going to use that as well. Right, let's make sure I put the stamp fleur-de-lis the right way up. Where's the little, nope, goes that way. So let's put it down like so. There we are. I'm quite happy with that. Hopefully they are sticking. And then all I have to do is make the tags and my list for the journal pockets. And then that will go through there. And when these are properly dry, they will be lovely and sturdy. There we go. This one will just need a little bit of, there we go, a little bit of manoeuvring for a minute, but there we go. So that is day 16 done for you. All my ephemera pieces, well, not all, I've got a few left, collaged up, stuck down onto backing to make a journal spot on the back with a couple of pockets here for me to make my lists. And once these have dried properly, they'll be nice and hard so that we can slide the journal card out. It's just that one there. There we go. And on the back, there is the journaling space. And we've also got the postcards and a photograph in the pocket. So there we go. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. And please, if you have a go, hashtag around the world in 30 days JJ, go onto the Facebook group and show us what you made. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. I have. So yeah, see you again next time. Bye.